Hello, Mr. Curran here again for another video for you. We are here for the Year 9 homework video, you lucky Year 9s. So today we're going to be looking at diet, we're going to be looking at a few different nutrients and also how to have a balanced diet. And there'll be a few questions at the end. You should have been given that in your lesson, but if you've not, that's okay. Just get the questions, write them down in your planner or on a piece of paper and bring the answers next lesson. You're going to need to bring those or else you may receive further consequences. So to begin with, a balanced diet. So as you can see, we've got a variety of different things that should go into a balanced diet. We've got fruit and vegetables, bread, cereals, potatoes, milk and dairy, fatty and sugary foods as well, and finally meat, fish and alternatives. And we should need a balance of all of those, but really we'd like to have more fruit and vegetables, bread, cereals and potatoes than any other. So everyone, whether involved in sport or not, should try to eat a healthy, balanced diet. A balanced diet includes all the things that your body needs, and to achieve this, you need to eat a range of different types of food in the right proportions. If you eat a balanced diet, you will get the energy and nutrients required to participate in exercise and also to recover from it quickly as well, which is very important if you're a top-level athlete and you're training a lot. So carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy. You can see them as simple carbohydrates, which are sugars. They give us an immediate burst, a big burst of energy, and they're traditionally what we'd use immediately when we start exercising. And then we get complex carbohydrates, which are starches, and these are a good energy source. The body can easily break them down, but also they last a bit longer than simple carbohydrates. And starchy foods also normally contain vitamins, minerals and fibre as well. So lots of positive things for the body. So things that we can find carbohydrates in, we've got fruit, breads, biscuits, rice, breakfast cereals, pasta, vegetables and potatoes as well. So a variety of different types there. So fats then are also another useful source of energy, and we normally use those after our carbohydrates when our stores are running low in those. That's when we use the fats. Weight for weight, fat contains more than twice as much energy as carbohydrates or proteins. However, it takes a lot of oxygen to release these, and it can be quite tough to get the energy from fats. This means that fats can only be slowly, energy from fats can only be slowly released. So that's something we need to bear in mind. And then fats supply the energy we need for endurance activities. So endurance activities, you'd probably be talking 5,000 meters and above, 10,000 meters, maybe even a half marathon or marathon. So fats, we find butter, margarine, cooking oil, meat, sausages, cheese, cakes, and cream as well. So a variety of different types of food there that we'd find those in. Proteins are really, really important, not just for people that want to get big and want to get built up in the gym, but also for everybody, because we all need to look after our muscles, because that's what causes the movement in our body. So performers in sports such as weightlifting, rugby and sprinting can benefit from a protein-rich diet, because they're going to be working maximally, they're going to be working at a high intensity, and they're going to be putting the muscle under a lot of strain during that process. So they're going to need proteins in order to rejuvenate, in order to recover from training. So proteins are also needed when performers are recovering as well from an injury, and they may have damaged the tendons or the ligaments and damaged the tissue in the muscles, so they can use protein to help recover from that. So proteins, we can find them in meat, eggs, fish, chickpeas, lentils and nuts as well. We've got chickpeas, lentils and nuts. That's for people that don't like eating so much meat, or are vegans, for example. That's where they can get their protein from. So vitamins and minerals, they can release energy from food. They help repair and help grow tissues in the body. They help resist infection and disease. They help regulate chemical reactions in the body as well, and make sure that everything's working smoothly. In order for you to be at your best, to be at your peak, to be at your best possible performance, vitamins and minerals are going to be massively important to you. And then we have fibre. Fibre is made up of a substance called cellulose, and it is found in the cell walls of plants. So it's found around the edges and the walls of plants. Fruit, vegetables and whole grain cereals are a good source of dietary fibre. Fibre cannot be digested, and that's why it helps to get the rest of the things out of our body that our body doesn't require, and therefore it helps our digestion by sticking everything together ready for it to leave the body. And then people who eat too little fibre often suffer from constipation and may run a high risk of bowel cancer. Quite a very, very serious disease indeed there. Finally, we have water. Water makes up approximately 60% of an adult's body and 80% of a child's body. It's vital you drink enough water because it stops dehydration. It stops you not being at your peak. If you have enough water, you will be at your best and you will be performing at your peak. So the final thing we can look at here then is a little example of how we store our energy. We've got carbohydrates are eaten. They're stored as glycogen. Why? Because we're going to need them for later. They're put into the liver and the muscles, and then when we need them, they're converted back into glucose, because we're going to use them right then. That's used during respiration to create energy for activity. So year 9, make sure you've got your homework ready to do. These are the questions that you're going to do. The first one is, what nutrient helps growth and repair? So name the nutrient that helps growth and repair. The next one is, which nutrient will be best for an immediate burst of energy, so a big burst of energy? And finally, which nutrient is best for a football player? Which one may they use to be at their best and peak performance? All right, thank you, Year 9.